Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 1 minute, max.
We are very happy that all of you have come for this very special program. So, it's our great fortune, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Our great fortune that we have here with us today evening, His Grace Navina Prabhu. So, he joined ISKCON in 1984 in Zurich, Switzerland, and since then he is serving Srila Prabhupada specifically in book distribution, and he was one of the top book distributors in whole world. Haribo! And then since then he has taken this service very seriously to his heart, and I have seen him staying at Mayapur and giving many classes for leadership and book distribution. So regularly he goes and visits many places in all over the world, inspiring devotees to do book distribution. And specifically now he has come up with his very special book, his own experiences and some tips, guidance for all the devotees in ISKCON, because this is our, as Prabhupada said, that this is our family business. So how we do that family business and make lot of progress in that. So he is one of the very wonderful example. So today he is with us here to share his valuable inputs, guidance. So because we have heard from him many times how he has spread and practically made people electrified by his very wonderful guidance, specifically for book distributors. So today we have here His Grace Navina Prabhu. So we want to welcome him and thank him for coming here. He is on his tour for many places all over India. So he has just come for one evening here in ISKCON Juhu. So we would like to express our gratitude by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So thank you all for showing up. 50% of your success is showing up at the right place at the right time. And the other 50% is utsaha, enthusiasm. So you're at the right place at the right time. Enthusiasm, that is up to you. Now how do you get enthusiastic is if you associate with devotees who are enthusiastic. Like sometimes you don't feel like dancing. You notice? Sometimes you don't feel like chanting. Sometimes you don't feel like distributing books. But if you have association of devotees who are chanting, who are dancing, and who are distributing books, naturally you get caught up in that and you start participating. Have you noticed? Good. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoi. One moment of association with a sadhu, it can change your trajectory, it can change your direction, your course in life. So, for me, Juhu is where it all began. This is like ground zero. I met Mr. Nair's grandson in Mangalore in the airport. You know Mr. N? You heard of him? Yeah? The Juhu story? The big fight? So I met his grandson and I gave him a book. And he started screaming and foaming and saying, "You stole the land from my grandfather. You have to give back that land." And I felt ecstatic symptoms because I felt like, wow, I'm there. I'm connected to Prabhupada and his story, his fight here in Juhu. So every time I come here, I feel like that. What was it like back then? You know, jungle, rats, small buildings, you know, people living in huts and devotees walking with big backpacks of books, going to make members and distributing books. And now it's, very posh, you know better. Unaffordable for normal people to live here. But Prabhupada had a vision, because Prabhupada was a visionary. So he knew that the city is going to grow this way, and we got to have something here. Right now it's jungle, but tomorrow it will be happening place. Because pure devotees are trikalagya. They know the past, the present, and the future. Why? Because they're connected with Krishna. And whatever Krishna knows, and he wants them to know, he will communicate to them, because the pure devotees have no other motive but to serve Krishna, but to execute Krishna's plan. So you may say, I'm a youngster, I'm a student, I'm a simple worker, I'm a businessman, I'm an old guy, and how can I possibly sell books to people who might be more educated, more accomplished, smarter, faster than me? Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Krishna will give you the intelligence by which you can communicate this message. So, this is a good time of the year. The marathon is starting when? 15th, no? Or you start on 14th? Today's what? 13th. So 2 days. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, all right. Okay, I believe you. This is not California, I know. You have to be prepared, because marathon, it's a workout. So you have to be prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. So now is a good time to get prepared. That's why we're having this little tour here. We just completed most of the temples in Bangalore, Chennai, and Tirupati. Tomorrow we're going to Pune, and then most of the temples in Delhi and Calcutta. So Prabhupada, he was a visionary. So he was empowering people. He was delegating. He was building teams. And if we want to be a Prabhupada Anuga, we want to be a follower of Prabhupada and Prabhupada's disciples, we should do the same thing. So my humble request to you is, you each teach one, okay? Each one teach one. You have a few friends, right? So you get your friends together and say, okay, now this special time, we're going to do some volunteer. Some seva. You heard of seva? Yeah. People say, what? People still doing that? Yes. And you can help. Seva. It's a great concept. It's a great idea. And you will actually experience a whole different flavor, a whole different type of experience. I just came from Tirupati yesterday, and I always bring a bag of books when I go to the airport, because it's like hunting in the zoo, hunting in the zoo? So anyway, this is an analogy. We don't hunt, but it's like, there's a lot of people, they can't go anywhere. They're stuck there. They have to wait for their flight. They're just walking up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, buying stuff, eating stuff, till you come and you say, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And they say, Hare Krishna. And then you say, did you come for Balaji Darshan or you came for business? And whatever they say, you say, you are qualified. You get a book. And then you put the book in their hand. So first thing, you have to be prepared, which means strong sadhana. There's 4 laws. Strong sadhana. Because people are going to look at you and they go like, are you Hare Krishna? Or you're just selling some stuff here, You have to chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You all chanting? Yes. Chanting, japa. And reading Prabhupada's books, because Prabhupada, he wrote these books for us to read. You can't tell. People will ask, what does it say in that book? And you say, oh, I don't know. My guru, he wrote these books for me to sell and for you to read. Very convincing? No. He's a hypocrite, right? You may not know everything, but you got to know something. Like a pharmacist, he hasn't tried every single medicine, but he knows this is good companies, this is good stuff, okay? So, And then you put the book in their hand. Because if the book is in your hand, it stays in your hand. If it's in their hand, it stays in their hand. All right? So don't hide the book. Don't keep it in your bag. So first rule, your sadhana must be strong. Number 2, get books. Are you all carrying books in your bags? Yes or yes? Please say yes. Okay, it's a good group. Huh? Because you cannot distribute books that you don't have. People see Kantimala, they see Tilak, they say, ISKCON, huh? Bhagavad-gita? And you say, nope, no Bhagavad-gita. I'm too lazy. I'm not going to carry any books. But you can take the bus and the metro, and then you stand in traffic for 2 hours, and then you can buy a book there at the temple. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. You have to carry books, okay? I distribute every day between 5 and 40 books just by carrying books, and wherever I go I talk to people. I'm not even making an endeavor. I'm not even planning to go on Sankirtan. I'm just carrying books with me, okay? So you can do just by carrying books. And then the more you show, the more you sell. Like you see here, I was in Berlin, got up from Mangala arati, had to do a 5-hour drive to Singhachalam, to the temple in Bavaria. At 4 a.m., there was a grocer next door, a Turkish guy. His shop was open. All the fruits and vegetables were outside. He was walking up and down like a lion in a cage, you know? And I was like, wow, this guy is serious. At 4 a.m., he's ready for business. So, you have to show the books. The more you show, the more you sell. You have to make your books visible. Now, if the book is like this, you can't see it. But if it's like this, you can see it, right? You notice? If the book is like this, people are just going to walk by. So you have some display where you can put the books like that. You use your, engineering, You use some of that to engage it in Krishna's service. And then rule number 4, you have to organize. You have to be organized. I know you're studying, you got jobs, you got families, you got kids, you got a lot of stuff to do. But if you want to get something done, you have to ask a busy person. Because the guy who is sleeping on the beach, he not get nothing done. He not going anywhere. But busy people, they can get things done. That's why I'm talking to you. Okay? I was also going to school. I was also working. I have 3 grown-up children. But if you organize your life, you can make time for the things that are valuable, that are important to you. Now, Prabhupada, was he busy? He's organizing a worldwide movement, having thousands of disciples, writing letters. But every night, for 2 or 3 hours, he translated 6 pages. Every night, for 2 or 3 hours. From midnight to 2 or 3 o'clock, he would translate, when the whole world was asleep. There's a saying that if you have 1 year time, you grow rice. If you have 10 years time, you grow coconut. And if you have 100 years time, you grow people. But Prabhupada's vision was 10,000 years. He wanted to give us the law books for the next 10,000 years. So he assimilated all the wisdom of the Acharyas, of the Mahajans, of the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishads, the Gita, the Ramayana, and he distilled that essence. Saram, Nigamakalpataror galitam phalam, Shukamukha dravya samyutam, Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam, Muhur muho bhuvibhavuka. This is the sweetest essence of the Vedic wisdom. How many of you have read Veda? Any Chaturvedis here? Any Trivedis? Any Saraswat Brahmins? Or just engineers and banyas? Welcome to Techie Loka. IIT, NIT, IT? Or just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling? Now there's nothing wrong with technology, but don't become a slave to technology. Prabhupada used dictaphone. He used things to expand Krishna's mission. But he was not distracted by those things, okay? So don't become a slave to technology. Use it in Krishna's service. So these are a few premises. Now some of you are preachers. You can just put a set when you talk, or some of you have office, you have job, you just put a set of books there. And when people come and ask, what is this? You explain it to them and you say, you can have this. You know, it's cheaper than a cheap Android phone. How much is Hindi Bhagavatam? I can't hear you, you got to scream. Yeah. So it's cheaper than a cheap Android phone. Not a problem, right? Not a problem at all. There's no lack of resources. But you have to have the set and you have to communicate it. I was in Ukraine just now. You heard of Ukraine? Wars, bombs, Not like movies, you know, like real life. And 15 sets got distributed. I know some of your preachers, your sadhus, people give you dakshina, right? People give you money, they give you donations. So just sponsor some set. So whenever I have a public program, I put a set, and then I say, I would like to sponsor 1 or 2 sets for teenagers. Because I got my set first when I was 15 years old. So any teenager would like to have a set, I will sponsor it. And then somebody stands up and they come forward, they get the set. And then usually I ask, so would anybody like to sponsor some sets? And people they just get into it. They just get enthusiastic about it. I know you can do this. It's been done before. You can do Gita contests, value education. You can do book tables, hand to hand, family and friends. There's no limits. There's no limits. Because if you have the best product and you know everyone wants this, it's just a matter of making it available. That's all. And don't be lazy. Don't be a one-trick pony. Okay, I'm only going to carry 1 small book, or I'm only going to carry a Gita. And if people say, I already have that, then it's game over. Oh, you already have that? Then you say, oh no, he already has it. No, wow, you have a Bhagavad-gita. Wonderful. That's amazing. Okay, this is the next book for you. You just give him another book. Okay? So there has to be a continuation. Repeat customers make up more than 70% of any business in the world. Loyal customers, repeat customers. I have people who give me donations to take books every time I meet them. Like Venkat, every time I meet him, he's taking books from me. And he's also working with Hare Krishna TV and with Sun TV and a bunch of other things. So, there's a lot you can do if you develop a relationship. You heard of Sambandha? Without Sambandha, there is no Abhideya or Prayojana. You want Prem, right? Who wants Prem? Anybody for Prem? Or you already have Prem? You're already all good. You're all fine. But Prem is not a t-shirt or a tattoo or a hairstyle. Prem comes when you actually develop your devotional capacity by taking shelter of the instructions of the spiritual master. Now many of you have had the good fortune to witness His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, His Holiness Japataka Maharaj, and others. And you saw how much they were driven on mission, how much they were driven on expanding the movement and on spreading this message all over the world. And they were having sleepless nights, just thinking, strategizing. How can we expand in Russia, in South America, in Europe, in Canada, in US, everywhere? Prabhupada said, I have one disease, I can't think small. I want to spread Krishna consciousness everywhere at once. Now how do you do that if you have a big mission? How do you do it? You have to build a team. You have to build teams. But for that you have to be a team player. Team player means that your success is my success. Your struggle is my struggle. Pass the ball, empower others, appreciate others, help them out. The more you do that, the more you will realize that there is no limit in how much you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. As soon as you say, I have to be the boss, I have to be in charge, I have to be the owner of this, I have to enjoy this, you're killing it, you're limiting it to yourself. So step out of the center and let Krishna do the magic. So sometimes you try to distribute a book, but people are not impressed. Have you noticed? You try to connect, but people, they avoid you, they don't make eye contact, they don't want to touch the book. So what are you going to do in that situation? Well, the best thing you can do is pray to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One time I was in one of Mumbai's train stations, Borivali or something Valley, and it was 5:30, rush hour traffic, people going home, all tired. You know how people are like that, you know? Not want to get distracted, don't want to miss the connection, right? Just, I need to go home. I have another hour and a half. I need to get going. Nobody stops. I can try every trick in the book. Nobody stops. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I opened my eyes, and 5 or 7 people were looking at me. And I said, you, come here, I got something for you. And I put books in all their hands. And a few of them took books. And then again, people moving. And I start chanting again. And next, again, a few people came. So work with the mantra. If you get stuck and nobody pays attention. Prabhupada was standing in New York, in Tompkins Square Park. Nobody paid attention. He was just chanting Hare Krishna. It took 1 year till people started showing interest. He was cooking, cleaning, serving, doing everything. Till one boy asked, Swamiji, can I help? And he said, yeah. I thought nobody would ever ask. Maybe they had moms or maids who did everything, you know? Maybe they're rich kids, they're spoiled. But he was willing to do everything. Why? Because he chose to see the potential rather than to see the deficiency. Now it's easy to be critical and say this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this missing, this not right. But seeing the potential and having faith in Krishna's plan, that's Prabhupada's strategy. I just come from Vrindavan, we had a yatra there, and I distributed 1,000 books in maybe 7 or 8 days. And you know, distributing books to devotees is hard because they have all the excuses. They have seen it all, they have done it all. And so, some people say, I have so many books at home that I have not read. Have you heard that one before? Yeah? Okay, then I tell them, I'm reading Prabhupada's books, the main books. I'm reading them once a year. You want to figure out how to read more? This is the book that will make you read more. Does Arjuna or Sachin have a problem with discipline? Does Arjuna or Sachin have a problem with punctuality, with diet? Or with focus? No. Why not? Arjuna and Sachin, they have a mission, right? They're on a mission. What is your mission? What is your mission? Breakfast and lunch? Maybe no dinner? Huh? Find your mission in the vision of Prabhupada, and there will be no lack of focus, no lack of empowerment, no lack of enthusiasm. But you gotta find your mission. Otherwise, yes, you can come on Sunday, you take a few pictures, you take a little prasad, and you go home, Haribol. And you might get initiated after a few years. But if you want to be a conduit, if you want to be a load-bearing pillar, if you want to be part of the core, of the inner circle, you got to have a mission. You got to have seva. If you have seva, you're part of the core team. No one can touch you. No one can kick you out because you got seva. And if you're on Srimati Radharani's team, no one can touch you. But if you're running on your own strength, everything can divert you. Everything can stop you. Everything can make you trip. In these short 42 years in Krishna consciousness, I realized one thing. The more I try to help others, the more Krishna helps me. The more I try to help others, the more Krishna helps me. As soon as I start worrying about myself and figuring out my own life and situation, things go sideways. As soon as I worry about others and how to help others in their Krishna consciousness, Krishna miraculously, magically, just removes obstacles and moves things around. Have you had experience? Just like some of your students. I joined when I was 15 years old. I was going to middle school, I was in 9th grade, and a friend of mine, he showed me his Bhagavad-gita. I'm going to tell the story in brief, because I know it's going to come up, how you joined, blah, 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 you know. So, and he was drawing a picture of Prabhupada, and asked him, who is this? What is this book? Can I have it? And he said, I can show it to you, but you can't have it, because it's mine. Now what happens if you tell a 15-year-old, you cannot have this? That's exactly what happened. I wanted it. You figure out how to get it, right? So, and then it took me 6 months to convince my mom to sign my release papers so I could go. But that's a different story. We're not going there today. So, you have to have a mission, and you got to realize that team wins. Team wins. Can you win a cricket game alone, by yourself? No? You can't throw balls and bat and run, and no, you can't. So, you need a team. That means you have to be a team player. Team wins. I'm not so much worried how much are you doing individually. I want to know how is Team Juhu doing. That's what interests me. So, when I was in Ukraine, I was taking a night train from Donetsk. No, not Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk. It's 2 hours from the front line, from the war. And we were standing at the train station, another devotee, myself, and there was groups of soldiers. And one group of them came up to us, and they looked at us, and they started giving us money. And we gave them books, we gave them prasad, they asked for blessings, for protection. So, people here are naturally drawn towards spirituality. They're naturally drawn towards Krishna. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time. It's actually too easy to distribute books in India. So Krishna has given you the best place in the world. What do you do if you find gold in your backyard? Imagine you go and you want to plant some flowers and you start digging and all of a sudden you struck gold. What are you going to do? Remove the gold. How do you do that? Anyone in geology or in metallurgy? Mining is a big job. You can't just take a little shovel and start poking around, you know, it doesn't work like that. Have you seen how big mines are? The wheel of a truck is about as high as this room. That's the wheel of a truck who works in mining. It's a big job. So you have to assemble a team. You want to do big things, you have to have a team. And that means we need team leaders, we need group leaders, we need participants. Yes, we also need accountants, we need engineers, we need design, layout, marketing, preach. We need everybody. You need cooks. We need all of you. So you can't say, oh me, I'm just a nobody. I can't do this, I can't do nothing. Can you say, Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All I do in Mayapur is I go on my walk every day for an hour. And I carry 7 or 8 small books. And every person I meet, I say, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And that forces people to get off the phone, to get off the mental platform, to stop whatever it is that they're doing and say Hare Krishna. And then, when they do and they smile, then you hand them the book. And then again, you say Hare Krishna. And then they ask, what is it? And I say, Hare Krishna. And then you say, you know, please give a donation. And they give. And then you both say Hare Krishna, and then you walk on. And if you don't speak the language, it's actually much better. So you can pretend that you're, that you're from some strange foreign country and you don't speak the language. And you will see, it actually helps. I was just in the South. I don't know about Mumbai, but in the South people are very, very smart and very, very argumentative. They really like to argue. What about Mumbai? 50-50, huh? Yeah. If you go to other areas, people a little more simple, a little more humble. Oh, okay, all right. Everyone takes this. Everyone? Yes, everyone. Everybody gives a donation. Everybody? Okay. How much? 500. Really? Yes. Okay. Huh? But in the big cities, no. Everybody's like, okay, MRP, where? What? Huh? Is this ISKCON or is this your business? Huh? So, all smart guys, right? So sometimes you meet students, right? Young guys. I ask them, are you smart or you have a smartphone? And they say, I have a smartphone. I say, you're qualified. This is for you. But you can't laugh. Otherwise, it doesn't work, okay? I ask them, what is your biggest distraction? Your mind, your phone, or your fear not to reach your full potential? This is called sambandha. You make a relationship with the person. If there is sambandha, then there is abhideya. Then you can ask them, okay, this will help you deal with the mind. This will help you to focus. This will help you to improve your life. Abhideya. And then, what is prayojana? What is the goal? Prema pumartha mohan, pure love of Krishna. And then he asks the magic word, can you help? Can you help? And what is the answer? Yes. Yes, we can. Because people are nice here, right? And they want to help. So give them the opportunity to help. But if you just stand there, then people go like, if I read this book, I'll become like you. I don't want that. So before you leave your house or your palace or wherever you live, look into the mirror and ask yourself, would I like to meet this person? Would I like to become like this person? And every individual has their own genius. I know some of you are shy, some of you are funny, some of you are introverts, others are extroverts, some of them are scholars, some of them are hard workers, some of them are everything. Every jiva has its own unique genius. So we're not going to teach you techniques. Prabhupada said, just teach them how to be sincere. What does sincerity mean? No ulterior motive. You don't have your own agenda. You're not looking for chelas, you're not looking for money, you're not looking for fame. You just want to help people. Are people looking for friends? Social media? Anybody? No. You don't do social media here, right? That's the 5th regulative principle, right? No social media. You're smart. This is a good group. I like this group, huh? People are looking for friends. If you can offer people real friendship, that's how Prabhupada distributed books. He went, he gave a lecture, and afterwards he said, I brought these books for my very special friends, all the way from India. And people said, okay, I take it. Huh? Because people are looking for friendship. So it's not difficult. But we're not here to move. You know, Amazon sells product. Flipkart, Mishu, they sell product. We don't. ISKCON gives opportunity. You understand the difference? We're not selling a product. We're giving people an opportunity. So, these are a few reflections. I thought maybe we expand the conversation if you have some questions or some particular interest. Because I can tell you stories till the cows come home. But I haven't seen too many cows in Juhu. I think they went out of style here in this part of the city. So, questions, comments, or reflections? And I'm really excited because I see all the demographics. I see all the age groups, all the different types of, people. So this is wonderful because here in Mumbai, you got the whole of India and the world. Everyone's coming here. And that's why the traffic is horrendous. Don't try to drive to Bhiwandi, in the wrong time of the day. Maybe at 2 a.m. it's a good time, 2 o'clock in the morning, right? you'll only have to deal with the trucks, not with the other guys. Yes, we got a microphone, please use it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the very captivating lecture. Question is, Prabhu. Yes, sure. Okay. Question is, Prabhu, how can we develop this zing and spark which you absolutely emanate as we witnessed from this lecture, that you got us tuned right to from the beginning to the end, which is very effective in book distribution, I'm sure. How can we develop this capability?
Krishna Shakti Vinana Hetara Pravartana. This is not, like this book. This is not my book. This is your book. Because any Sankirtan devotee could have written this. But you're too humble, so that's why I wrote it for you. So if you think that I'm the teacher, I'm the somebody, then you're blocking the energy. You get disconnected. Have you noticed how easy it is to get disconnected?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
It's very easy to get disconnected, but in the same way you can get reconnected. So whenever you see yourself drifting off into distraction, into abhiman, into, oh, let's check my phone now and do a little phone time. No distraction. You got to be focused. You got to be there. You're like a heart surgeon doing a heart transplant, This is life or death situation. Amala jala jala jimana tala malat. It's like the drop of water on a lotus leaf. How secure is a drop of water on a lotus leaf? Not very secure, right? Any moment it can fall off. How secure is a techie in Mumbai? How secure is your job? One fine morning you look at your phone and it says terminated. Give your laptop back at the security office. Your badge doesn't work anymore. We'll send you your teddy bear and your picture of your daughter at home, So, no thank you. They don't even give you a pen or a t-shirt. Nothing. Just, It's nothing personal. It's just business. People are not looking for transactional relationships. They're looking for transformational relationships. Information without application does not lead to realization. And without realization, there is no transformation. You got to walk the talk. How do you feel the inspiration? I read Prabhupada's books every day. I just finished 87th chapter of the 10th canto. What is it called? Prayers of the Vedas personified. That's usually where people just close the book, right? And say, okay, all right, I'm done. Big philosophy. But it's an acquired taste. It's, I was born in Switzerland, so people in a few places, they ask me, why are you doing this bhakti stuff? Why are you doing this? You could be anywhere, you could be anyone, you could be doing anything. Why are you doing this thing? And I tell them, it's very simple. Rasam. Have you heard of rasam? Do you like rasam? Why do you like rasam? Because it tastes good, right? And no one can argue about taste. Gustibus non est disgustandum. That's Latin, and it means you can't argue about taste. Because, I know it's not Shastra Praman, but in the realm of logic, if you say, I like it, nobody can argue with it. Have you noticed? Because you like it. That's sufficient evidence. And people want to know. They want to know, why are you doing this? Yes, you can quote Bhagavad-gita, you can quote this, you can quote that. People don't care how much you know till they know that you care about them. Empathy is not a t-shirt or it's a state of heart. They sense it. I was in Rishikesh. We were doing Nagar Sankirtan, 12 friends. And I met one gentleman, and he says, story time. Do you like stories? It's time to wake up. Okay, kids? So he says, I'm a yoga teacher from Ukraine. I already know Bhagavad-gita. And I realize if I say one more word, it's game over. You know that situation? One more word, finish, kaput. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? Have you ever been in a situation like that? You have to zip it. But inside you have to pray. Krishna, if I've ever been a good boy, if I've ever chanted your name, if I've ever done anything good, please give all these bhakti points to this fellow here. You know you get bhakti points for going to Mangala arati? For chanting Hare Krishna? It's a joke. I know jokes don't work here, but don't worry about it. So, never lose your humor, never lose your appetite. So, and I pray. I say he's a yoga teacher. He's got students. He has to have Prabhupada's Gita. And he's looking at the book, but he just makes it clear, I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to learn from you. You're not relevant for me. After 5 or 7 seconds, he looks at me and he says, I feel love coming from your heart. How much is the book? Now, I could not reach him. I could not distribute this Gita to him. But Krishna can. Krishna's in the heart of every living entity. Sometimes people say no, and they walk away. And 5 minutes later, they come back and they say, all right, I take it. Okay, fine. Okay. Have you had the experience? All the time, right? I had a Christian couple. They were like, Jesus this and that one that, and you's all going to hell, and this is terrible, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, thank you very much. God bless. I love you too. You know, nice to meet such faithful, you know, pious people. And they just walk away. And 5 minutes later, they come back. And they say, you know, we're really sorry. We're idiots. You know, we're really rude to you. Please forgive us. I said, yeah, I'll forgive you, but you got to take the book. I was in Berkeley, California, right in front of the university. I meet a young man. I say, here, this is for you. We're showing this today to all the intelligent people. And he says, you already asked me yesterday. Why are you asking me again? I say, how can I tell? You're wearing a mask. You masked people, you look all the same, you know? So he pulls down his mask, and he has a beard, a big beard. And he says, I'm a Muslim, but you're glowing. I want what you have. I say, well, take it. It's for you. And he took the Bhagavad-gita. So don't be too insulated. Don't be too insecure. Krishna is the doer. He is the potency. And if you're connected with Krishna, Krishna will do the magic. And you will say things, do things, experience things that you never thought you were capable of. You may not be able to, you know, light fire with mantras and walk on water, but there's things that are more important than that, you know, because you can get a fire lighter, or you can pay 2 rupees to take the boat, you know. What is more important? What's the real magic? Prabhupada said, this is my magic. I took people who are completely bahimukh, who are like outcasts, thrown out into the ocean, and I made them devotees of Krishna. That's Prabhupada's miracle. You want to be part of the miracle? You like to see the miracle? No, you don't, right? Only sports and engineering. No magic show. You want to have some excitement in your life? You join the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and you will witness miracles every day of your life. Krishna will do the magic. And you're right there to witness it. When that person who is completely gone changes and turns around and says, wow, what was I thinking? This is beautiful. Whoa, yeah, yes. You know that moment when the person, when the lights go on, when they get it? You remember that moment? That one moment can keep you going for a whole lifetime. If you can just change one person's life. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, I would give all my temples if I can make one pure devotee that goes back to Krishna. So these are some reflections. I hope, you know, something is relatable.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Other questions? Yes, sir. No, we need the mics. No mics, no bhakti points, okay?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, one my humble questions. I have a little experience of share book distributions. Normally, what we get a reply in Mumbai that I have the same book in our house since years and years. So how to eliminate this obstacle when the people say I have the book in my house, same Bhagavad-gita in my house?
I can't hear you because you're not speaking to the mic.
Hello?
Yes.
my humble question that what I experienced in Mumbai, I have a small experience of the book distribution that whenever you approach the people for Bhagavad-gita, they have common answers that we have the same book in our home.
Yes.
So how to eliminate this obstacle?
Very simple. Then you give them Krishna book, you give them Science of Self-Realization, you give them Prabhupada. Is it a problem that they have a Bhagavad-gita? No, it's not a problem, right? It's a good sign. It's a good start. So don't go like, oh no, he's got a Bhagavad-gita. Game over. You guys are like, did I do something wrong? You know? They get confused. No, wonderful, amazing. You're so fortunate. You got the Lord in your home. What's your favorite shloka? What's your realization? Please teach me. You know? You create that samvad. Then you show them other books. They say, no, I already have. You say, well, can you help us? Can you give a donation to help spread Sanatana Dharma? People will give. Then you give them a gift. Okay, you give this to your good friend. Does that work? Does that sound reasonable? You can't say, okay, no, now you already have one. Now you got to take 5. No, you got to take 10. You got to take it. It doesn't work like that. You have to know your audience. You have to know their capacity, intellectually, financially, time-wise. So you have to be a little sensitive. How do you become sensitive? I know many are engineering background and sensitivity. I mean, everybody's sensitive in a different part of their body or their psyche. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Krishna will give you the insights. Okay? Other questions?
Please see.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharma Pranam. I wanted to ask that, as per your experience, when do you get that feeling, now I have to move on? This person is not going to take. When do you get that feeling, and what is your experience in that?
I say, Hare Krishna, have a wonderful day. Or I ask them, do you want to buy this book? They say no. I say, thank you very much, have a nice day. So you don't just walk away, because that's rude. But you close it, you bring it to a close in a nice way by asking a closed-ended question. Yes or no answer. Either he says yes or he says no. But you realize that this conversation is not going anywhere. This person is, too distracted, too preoccupied, too opinionated. Then just close it, okay? Don't open something that you're not able to close. You remember Ashwatthama?
Yeah.
That was his problem. Don't send out astras that you can't retract, okay? So you start something, you have to know how to finish it. And sometimes they'll take, and many times they don't. But that's okay. Is there a lack of people in Mumbai? No. Not really, right? So if somebody doesn't want to take, just smile and say, Hare Krishna. They're not ready yet. Go and pick the right fruits. He still needs a little more sun. After some time, he will be ready. Not today. Not from you. But then you turn around and there's so many people already looking at you, so many people already smiling. If you run after that guy, you're going to miss out on those people. Okay? But don't just jump around and, you want? No. Oh, all demons, let's just let Kalki come and burn the whole place to the ground. No. You have to know how to have quality time with people. And it's not about what they wear, and because you can't judge people's intentions. You can't judge. We can try to assess our own intentions, and we have all seen how difficult that is at times. Because, there is survival mode, then there is, intellectualization, then there is, hopefully some higher motivations. Usually it's a mixture of different components. But Krishna, he can do the miracle, he can do the magic. He can just switch it all around. That's the fun part. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's okay to make mistakes, but don't make the same mistake more than 10 times. Okay? So once you're done with that, then you just move on. Okay?
I had a second question. How do you present a book?
How do you present the book? It depends on the book, and it depends on the person and on the situation. How much time do you have? What's the setting? For instance, you present Bhagavad-gita. Naturally here people know Bhagavad-gita, right? So basically you can just ask them, have you seen this? Have you read this? People like to donate. They like to be generous. So just ask them, can you help? Don't give. We're not selling a product, remember? Amazon sells product. We're giving people an opportunity. I usually ask people, like, simple things, like I said before. I ask them something that they can relate to, you know? Not like, do you like to read? Do you believe in religion? Do you want to buy this book? It's no, no, no. Ask them, have you mastered your mind? No? Or is your mind still mastering you? Yeah, it looks like it. So it looks like you could use a little help there, right? So, this is for you. It's all in here. Boom. But they have to have some context. Why should I take this? You understand? The why? Work with the why. The how is easy. Work with the why, the purpose. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful lecture. When we are going for book distribution, and when we hand over the book to someone, and they see and they say that I don't have money right now, and I don't have money. So what should we do that situation?
I don't have money. I don't have time. It means you have not impressed me. I'm not impressed. You don't have gravitas. You don't have punch. You don't have pizzazz. You need to have some shakti, and that comes from sadhana. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So that you can stand in the middle of the city and you just go like this, and people will come and ask, excuse me, can I help you? Do you need anything? You understand? But sometimes you're screaming and yelling and nobody pays attention. Everyone ignores you. Have you noticed? So it's not about the volume or how loud you are, but it's really about our connection with Krishna. Dhruva, he was 5 years old. He stood in Madhuvan on one leg and he chanted, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the whole universe shook. People were suffocating. Everyone went to Vishnu, said, he's your boy, you go fix it. There's a problem. Little 5-year-old kid chanting mantra. So, Tadvigyanartam saguru meva vigatshet samipani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Are you carrying firewood for your guru? Anyone? This is a Vedic injunction. You have to carry firewood for the yajna. The books are made from wood. You can carry the wood, the books of your guru. And in this way you fulfill the Vedic injunction. And if you do that, and you connect it to Guru Parampara, you're meditating on the instructions of Srila Prabhupada by studying his books every day, then Krishna will empower you. And people will start paying attention. A problem is never solved on the level of the problem. Don't get into argumentative mode, because it's not going anywhere. They give the next excuse, because that's not the problem. The problem is something else. The problem is, you don't convince me. I'm not impressed, okay? So, be deep in your japa, in your reading, and you have to have a certain level of intensity. Krishna has to feel that you're desperate. There's some sense of, I need you, I need your help. I can't do this by myself. Like, I don't have a script for this, like I'm not like, I'm going to say this and that, tell a little story and it's all good. No, it doesn't work like that. Because it doesn't. Because you can't impress people. Because Jivas are smart. Because Krishna is in their heart and he tells them, this guy, he's a fake. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Have you ever heard people talk about tech and they don't know nothing about tech? You have, right? Yeah, it's just show business, right? It's just... So, in a similar way, there's so many people talking about spirituality. You've seen? Some guys with turbans, and some guys with beards, and some guys with fancy words. And they spend crores a month just for pushing their stuff on the algorithm to make sure that the money machine is working. But there's no substance. One of those guys, he came to San Francisco, and a friend of mine, he gave him books. I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but he's pretty popular. And the devotee asked him, have you read Gita? Have you read Bhagavatam? And he said no, because otherwise it would influence my opinion, you know. I'm not going to read any Shastra, because otherwise it would influence my thinking process. Okay, thank you. I mean, he accepted, he took the book, but not interested. Okay? It's just like if you can't, you're a sports guy? No? What is your thing?
Student.
Huh?
Student.
What do you study?
BMS.
Okay. How long do you need to get a degree?
6 months.
No, in total, from when you started.
Last year. I mean last year.
Yeah. So how many years total?
3 years. 3 years.
3 years, yeah. How long have you been distributing books?
Last month only.
Last
year.
Last year, okay. So give it 3 years, okay? Same, right? Expert means 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours means 7 years. I joined when I was 15. When I was 21, I was #1 in the world. Not because I did more, but because my older brother did less that year. I was #2 for about 11 years. So, but it's not about that. It's about focus. But you have to keep going. And even if you're not a big hitter, you're not doing big stuff, big score. If you keep doing a little bit and you go for a long time, compound interest. You've heard of compound interest? Anyone financially literate here? Huh? If I give you 15% interest, compound interest, you know, you add it every year. How long does it take to double your money? 5 years. 5 years. In 5 years, you double your money. But there's a problem here in India. It's called inflation. Have you heard of inflation? So you got to keep moving a little faster. Anyway, so you have to invest quality time. You want to become a heart surgeon? How long are you going to study? Any people in medical field here? No.
10 years.
Huh?
10 years.
10 years, minimum. Minimum. And you think you're going to do open heart surgery after a year? You know, you go out on the street, you say, hey, you, stop here, come here. We got a problem here. You open them up, you take out the bad stuff, you put Krishna in there, you tie him up, and then bring him back to life, put him back on the street. You think you're going to learn how to do that in 3 months? It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. You know, people don't hire school, they don't hire a degree, because you can teach anyone that Python stuff in 3 months. Technical skill, 3 months, you can train people. Right, Venkat? But attitude, adhikar, team play, communication, cooperation, love and trust, that stuff takes decades. And that's why we're here in ISKCON. Because I was in Munich. There's a guy in a cabriolet. You know what a cabriolet is? There's no roof on the car, you know? I haven't seen those in India so much. And he's driving around, it's Munich, you know, it's a sunny day, it's summer, he's enjoying. And there's a red light, I'm there, I give him the book. I said, this is all for all the super smart, socially awkward people. And he says, this is for me. This is for me. Let's talk. So, sometimes Krishna gives you the word. Now, that's not my usual mantra, you know. But I was just, like this guy, it seems like everything's fine, right? But something clicked. And he said, let's talk. I need this. This is me. So, nimitta matram bhavya savya sachin. Just be an instrument in Krishna's hands. Arjuna was outnumbered. The other guys had way more firepower. They had Bhishma, Drona, big guys. But Krishna, he empowered them. Okay? One in the back. One hand was up there, somewhere in the back. Yes. That's the last
Hare
question.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
And guys, don't leave yet. Haribol. We got prasadam, we got books. What do you need? Time? No time? Late. Pick up your 2 books from your friend here. Sundar. Wait, Sundar gives you. Go, 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 Sadhu. These are students, your people. Go. So, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I had a question.
Sundar, fast.
I had
We got
two questions.
something for you guys. Wait. Yes. Don't let him get away. You see, a good book distributor doesn't count the books he distributes. He counts the people who get away. It's a different mindset, you know? By the way, don't get distracted. We ordered some noise here, so just to make sure that you learn how to be focused. Yes?
So Prabhuji, I have 2 questions. The first is that how to find that one quality, just as you described that every jiva has some different genetic material, some would be hard workers, some would be scholars. So how to find that one quality through which we could serve in this Srila Prabhupada's movement. And the second question is, some people are really very, very shy and very, very introverted that they really can't talk to a large crowd or to anyone and can't approach anyone.
Sure,
So how to break the ice and finally distribute the books of Srila Prabhupada?
Thank you. You don't have to talk to the world. You don't have to boil the ocean. Just talk to one person. Are you comfortable talking to one person? Then do that. Don't do large crowds. Don't do big groups. Just do one person. If you're not comfortable with a certain age group or a certain type of people, just don't deal with them. It's your choice, okay? And finding out that it'll come to you. You see, we were very fortunate. We didn't have any options. We didn't have any choice. Anybody who joined was a Sankirtan devotee. Now it's, what would you like to do? You know, there's too many options. So you're confused. It's natural. Because you don't have a boss. You don't have somebody telling you what to do. Or you have many people telling you different things. We were fortunate. We did not have that problem. Okay? So find a mentor. Find somebody who can give you the straight talk and who can actually guide you. All right? And things will become easier. Yes, last question and then we are closing up here. Microphone. Over here.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for this wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have this one problem. When I speak to people, I tend to speak a lot. So how do I speak the appropriate amount, and how do I use concise words, and how do I engage them in a conversation which they might appreciate? How do I do this?
Let Prabhupada do the talking. Let him do the preaching. You want to be a preacher? Build your congregation, teach Bhakti Shastri. But on the street, you know, people got jobs. They got kids. They got stuff to do. So you have to be crisp. Otherwise, they get annoyed and they leave. So less is more. You don't serve the Sunday feast on the street. A little drone of halava, a little drone of khichdi, that works. A sweet ball, that works. An appetizer, a treat, but not the big thing. So you just give them enough to get their attention. The success of our preaching is people want to come back. People want to meet you again. People want to come to the temple. That is the success of your preaching. Not, oh, I told him everything, and he never showed up again. Operation successful, patient dead. We're preaching strongly in the name of Prabhupada. And nobody comes because they feel this is too much, you know. So you have to know a person's capacity. Sometimes you can spend a little more time, but in general, a couple of seconds, couple of minutes max. So don't get into, oh, I like the sound of my own voice, you know. Then become a YouTuber, you know. If you like talking to a mic or to a camera. But with people, they have attention span of goldfish. How long is the attention span of a goldfish?
Is it 30 seconds?
Huh? Did you ever have goldfish? No, of course not. It's 1 second. Food? No food. I'm gone. So you have to have that moment. One moment is all you have. But if you're deep in your bhajan, in your sadhana, then that moment can become eternity. But you have to be there. You have to be focused. Okay? And let Prabhupada do the talking. It's okay. Thank you for your kind attendance. It's always a joy to be here in Juhu, the place where it all began. Hey, some people showed up. I'm impressed. It's a working day. Great. And we do have a few books, a few copies left for you. The people who have jobs, they can come here and get their books from me. And those who are students, they can get it from Sundar. The MRP is $250 for the book. And students can get from Sundar. Okay? Any other questions will be answered by reading the book. Money back guarantee, okay? If you want a full refund, go and see Sundar. He's got unlimited money. He looks like he's a billionaire, right?
Hare Krishna.
So this book is published by the BBT. It's the story of a 15-year-old who got a Bhagavad-gita and what he experienced the last 4 decades. It's also a manual for spiritual activists, how to distribute books, how to build teams, how to communicate a message in an attractive, impactful, and sustainable way. And it's also a companion and a friend for those who are already distributing books. Because sometimes you need a story or something to cheer you up. For instance, Bhagavad-gita 2:29, Krishna says, the soul is amazing. So if you meet a person who's depressed, just quote that shloka. What's 2:29? Krishna says 3 times, the soul is amazing.
Ascharyavat.
You're almost there. Yes. Yeah, so you tell that person, thank you, you tell that person, did you know that you're amazing? You're Satchitananda. You're eternal. You're wise. You're blissful. No one can touch you. People go, wow, really? Yeah. You didn't know? You forgot? That's there in the 2nd chapter of the Gita. For you, my friend. Huh? So there you see, they may say, I know Gita. They don't know Gita. Basic stuff. Okay? So, get your own copy. There's also a free ebook included because we prayed the pre-press so we can give it at cost, at printing cost. If you have language problems with English, you can download your ebook and you can put it in Google Translate and you'll have it in any language of the world. All right? Free gift. Translation in whichever language you like. And if you say, I don't like physical books, you just download it and you gift the physical copy to somebody else. And I guarantee you, this will be one of the best investments you've made. If I could have paid 1 crore 40 years ago to know what I know now, what's in this book, I would have paid 2 crores to get that. But you can't buy experience. You'll still have to go out and make your own mistakes. But don't worry, Krishna's got you covered. And He will guide you. And you will have a very exciting and very blissful life. Last story. It's 1985. I'm just 16 years old. I go around Switzerland door to door. We knock on every door every 2 years. One lady, she opens the door. She takes 3 books. She says, my nephew has been to India. I said, really? Give me his contact. I call him. He comes to the temple with his friend. They have long hair and red eyes because they smoked ganja. And they say, you know, we've been to India, we know all this. I already know everything. But I was Bhaktaniko. And Bhaktaniko does not take no for an answer. I was very enthusiastic, very persistent. Like the Energizer Bunny. Have you seen the Energizer Bunny? You don't watch commercials, right? You don't watch TV. Anyway, so I showed them the deities, the library, gave them prasadam, and then I showed them all the books. And they said, we already know everything, but yeah, you're a nice kid. Okay, we take it. And they put a few big bills on the table, they pack the books, they go home. And they come every other Sunday or so, they chant a little, you know. Till one fine Sunday, His Holiness Bhakti Chumraj comes and gives the class. We're idiots. What was I thinking? They become serious. They connect, you know, like the frequency, it hits them right in the heart, like, boom, whoa. And they get serious in bhakti. They start practicing. Their home becomes a preaching center. A lot of their friends start practicing. 12 devotees got initiated by Maharaj from that group. Some of them went to South Africa, opened a temple there. A lot more devotees came through that. A lot of books were distributed. Oftentimes, the person who buys the book is not the person who reads the book. These are smart bombs. They're going out. They're finding their targets. Okay? So don't limit yourself. If you want to be part of history in the making, this is your opportunity. Srila Prabhupada said, whenever a new book comes out, I feel like I've conquered an empire. If you want to make me live forever, distribute my books. These books are better than me. They're my devotional ecstasies, the best of myself. I've put it in these books. I only have one criticism to my followers. They don't read enough. How many of you have read all of Prabhupada's books? How many? Houston, we have a problem. There's some homework to do here. Okay, you have a busy life, but start today. Read one verse. Gita will take you 2 years. Bhagavatam will take you 46 years. You don't know who Vasudeva Datta is? You don't know who Kolavecha Sridhar is? You missed the boat, man. You missed the bus. There's a lot of nectar that you're missing out. So please read Prabhupada's books every day. And then, once you know the what and the why, the how becomes easy. Okay? All right. And have a great marathon. Because the world is looking, what's Juhu doing? Huh? Are they just sleeping there in their big nice palace? Huh? Or are they actually doing something of magnitude, something massive? Because what's the use of being in Juhu if you can't do something massive? Now, even if you just distribute a few books, that's massive. You're changing people's destiny. You're helping people to change their course of life. People are lost. They don't have meaning. They don't have purpose. They don't know where they're going. Now a lot of people are getting laid off. They're really in crisis. They're really struggling. And you have a chance to give people direction, to give them purpose. So this is the need of the hour. Thank you for taking this mission seriously. Thank you for building teams and for being such an example of Guru Nishtha. I see there's a lot of staunch dedication to the mission of Guru and Gauranga. This is very attractive. This is very pleasing. So keep going like that and count your blessings. Life goes fast. Don't think, oh, what's going to happen, you know, where will I be, what's going to happen to me? Whether you're going to have 5 kids and 20 companies and 1,000 crores, or you're going to be a simple brahmachari or a scholar or a hard-working housewife or businessman, that's a detail. Chaitanya Charitamrita, everyone was a Sankirtan devotee. King Prataparudra, Shuklam Bhardas brahmachari. Who here is a Sankirtan devotee? Are you Sankirtan devotees? No? What are you? Students, businessmen, housewives? Are you chanting Hare Krishna? Yes. Then you're a Sankirtan devotee. Do you care about other people? Yes. So share the holy name, share prasad, share Prabhupada's books, share your heart, share your realization. And people will pay you back with the same currency. They will say, I want to become like you. You teach me. You be my guide. And you say, sorry, I'm a little busy right now, but you can take the book. Okay? Don't just give them your social media or your phone number. No. Give them Prabhupada. Connect them to Prabhupada. Don't worry who is going to get what. Everyone's so, who is, you know, if you're detached, Krishna will give you everything. All right, so Sundar is here for the students. You can come to me if you're working and you got a job. We take cash, we take UPI, we take stocks, gold, credit cards, bhakti points, whatever you got to offer, okay? Thank you very much. Keep going. Keep building teams. And as you can see, there's still some room. There's still some room. So we haven't reached our capacity yet. Because somehow this place keeps on expanding and expanding and expanding. So capacity can be built when you have the secret formula. And what's the secret formula? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ke Jai, Srila Prabhupada ke Jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ke Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo, Jai Ho. Vanchikal Patribhyascha, Kritasindhyavicha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Thank you very much.